What is up, guys? It is Harley here, back with another video on the channel. Now, I'm nearly at 400 subscribers and my goal was to hit 400 by the end of matchday 3, which is, well, I mean, it's in like 24 hours, well, a bit more than 24 hours. So if you can, well, if you can sub right now if you're not already and you're watching this, if you're listening to this right now and you're not already subscribed, can you please, it literally takes about 5 seconds, can you scroll down a little bit and press that subscribe button? I promise you I'm only working hard on these videos, so if you could drop me a sub, that would be highly appreciated. Now, this is the first FPL video I'm ever making on this channel. They've all been Euros fantasy. This one is the first FPL related video. Now, FPL just dropped today and this is my team on the screen right now. Now, there are a few in here that you probably wouldn't expect. Now, we're going to start off with the goalkeepers. In goal, we've got Robert Sanchez. If we look at his 2021 season, he pretty much... How many games did he play? Where does it say matches played? It doesn't say how many matches he played, but he kept 10 clean sheets last season, and I'm pretty sure he didn't even play that many games. He got 101 points in 10 clean sheets, and because for the first half of the season, I'm pretty sure they were playing Matthew Ryan and then played Robert Sanchez, and he turned out to be better. And they managed to keep a lot of clean sheets in the second half of the season, so that's why he's in my team, especially with Brighton having 2 easy games as their first 2, and then Brentford in the 4th as well. Burnley, Watford, then Everton, then Brentford. And Brighton, we obviously knew were the XG kings, the expected goals kings last season, and I think they were very unlucky, so to speak. I think if they sign a striker or like a centre-back, another defender, they could be a mid-table side and a decent side. So that's why Robert Sanchez is going to be in my team in goalkeeper. Now, moving on to defence, the first player in there, I think this is someone who needs to be in pretty much everyone's team, is Trent Alexander-Arnold. He produces the best numbers. If you look, 20 to 21 season, 2 goals and 8 assists and 10 clean sheets in, well, how many games did Trent play? Did he play all 38? Probably not. No, he didn't. I think he played about 30. But 10 clean sheets, 8 assists, 2 goals, you know, those stats for a defender. If we look in the season before as well, 4 goals, 15 assists, 14 clean sheets, and the season before that, 1 goal, 13 assists, 16 clean sheets. Now, he's someone you need in your team. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he puts up those numbers. Considering he got 2 goals and 8 assists, 10 clean sheets in a season where Liverpool had a lot of injured defenders. He didn't have a great season himself, to be honest, but I think with Liverpool signing Konate, maybe a midfielder or an attacker like Rafinha or someone like that, I think Liverpool could be a really good side, and that's why Trent is going to be in my team. Now, the next defender, we are going to be playing a 3-4-3, is Luca Digne. Oh, also for Trent, sorry, he's got Norwich and Burnley as his first 2 games. It's an easy 2 games to start. But anyways, moving on to the Digne choice. I think Everton maybe have the easiest 5 starting games out of anyone in the league. They've got Southampton first, Leeds second, Brighton third, Burnley 4th, and Villa 5th. So they've got some, they've got decent matches. I think they might be the easiest out of everyone. But Digne is in the team because I think the clean sheets are there. Obviously, he got, did he get a decent amount of? Yeah, he got 9 assists last season and 9 clean sheets and 120 points, which is just, it's just brilliant, really. 120 points for a defender is great. But he is definitely going to be in the team. Luke Shaw is the next one who we are choosing. Obviously, I just want to say that this team is subject to change. Obviously, there are going to be tons of changes. I mean, well, it's like a month and a half until the first match. I think even more than a month and a half. But anyways, yeah, Luke Shaw, a goal and 5 assists last season alongside 10 clean sheets, 124 points. If you think about it, Luke Shaw, he had the season of his life, maybe the best season of his career last season. No one expected it. United brought in Alex Telles as a replacement to Luke Shaw because Luke Shaw had that injury and hasn't been good since, and that was years ago. But then it turned out that Luke Shaw was actually better than Telles. Now, You could think that Tellez maybe got the best out of him, made him really think that, you know, he's being challenged for his spot, so he really needs to be on top of his game, and that brought the best out of him. But just there was something different with Luke Shaw. He was just so much better last season, and I think it will carry over to next season. Obviously, he's getting minutes played for England as well. I'm currently recording this before the England match tonight. I'm recording right now at 5:43, and that kicks off at 8. The lineup should be out, well, probably in about an hour. So we don't know if Luke Shaw plays in that game. And I mean, England could end up losing that game and I'll be in a bad mood, but you won't be able to tell because this is being recorded before the match. But now moving on to the 4 in midfield. The first player we have is Saka. Now Saka, this one's a tough one. It really is a tough one, because Saka has Brentford for his first game. However, matchday 2 and 3 is Chelsea and Man City, but then 4 and 5 is Norwich and Burnley. That's the thing that I'm not too sure about, because I feel as if Saka could have a brilliant game against Brentford, you know, get those goals and assists in there. We don't know how Brentford are going to be, but he does have Chelsea and Man City for matchday 2 and 3. I think Saka, if anyone in this 11, like this 11 or this 15, is going to get changed, it's going to be Saka, because I'm not too sure about it. But that Brentford game is really just, it's just lighting it up for me. And I'm not too sure, but 5 goals and 5 assists for Saka last season from a midfield position, 114 points. Had a very good second half of the season last season. Now the next player, I think he's going to be in a lot of people's teams. It is Bruno Fernandes, 244 points, 18 goals and 14 assists. It's just those sort of numbers aren't even, like, how do you even get those kind of numbers? Manchester United's first 4 games: Leeds, Southampton, Wolves, Newcastle, and then West Ham and Villa. So I think Manchester United have the easiest first 6 games out of everyone. I'm not too sure. Everton are quite close, judging by the numbers that Bruno Fernandes gets. To some extent you could call him a stat padder, but I'm not going to call him that because I'm a Manchester United fan myself. So that's not going to happen. But he's going to be in there just because I feel as if he's going to keep the goals and assists up. He's that sort of player that Manchester United will need to win these games. Obviously, he could get even higher numbers if United go through with the signing of Jadon Sancho, for example. But I think this one's an obvious one for my team. Easy fixtures. Manchester United's highest goal threat. He's going to be in there. Now the next one, if this guy isn't in your team, then what are you doing? Like, you might as well just not even play FPL. It's Mohamed Salah. Now, Mohamed Salah's first 2 games are Norwich and Burnley. Yes, Chelsea after that, but then Leeds and Crystal Palace after that. Salah has to be in literally everyone's team. I don't know what you're doing if he's not in your team. 22 goals and 6 assists last season. He's an insane player. He has to be in your team. Obviously, everyone knows he's insane. Has to be in your team. First 6 matches are Norwich, Burnley, Chelsea and Leeds, which are okay. Then Crystal Palace and Brentford. Mohamed Salah has to be in your team. Highest goal scoring threat out of anyone in the league. Likely to get loads of goals and assists. You know, but 2 of his starting games. Some Norwich, who just came up, and then Burnley, who were relegation contenders last season. But yeah, I think he should be in your team. Next up we have, I guess it's a differential. It's Emi Buendia, who was at Norwich last season. I think he got a good amount of goals and assists. I think they were really high goals and assists. But he's playing for Aston Villa, and Aston Villa's first 3 games of the season are Watford, Newcastle and Brentford. 2 newly promoted teams, and a Newcastle who were lucky to not go down last season. I just think Buendia is an incredible player. Usually I don't go for players who are newly promoted, but I've actually got 2 in my team. I think, well no, 3 if you count the secondary goalkeeper as well, but we'll get into that in a minute. Emi Buendia, I just think, is one of those players who is a huge differential. But if he's in your team, I think he'll be very, very good. I think if he's playing well and fits the Aston Villa system, he could do very well. I'm not too sure about what his goals and assists were last season. We're going to have a look, actually. Emily Buendia stats 20 to 21. 15 goals and 16 assists in 39 matches. That's insane. That is very good. 31 goals and assists in 39 games from the right wing position. I think Buendia, if he can keep up goals, if he can keep up stats like that for Aston Villa, especially, who are looking like a very good side, if they can hold on to Jack Grealish, Ollie Watkins, players like that, then Emily Buendia is definitely someone you should have in your team. The next player is someone else who's newly promoted. It is Ivan Toney. I think his stats just say it all. We're going back on Infogol. 47 games, 33 goals and 10 assists. I'm pretty sure he broke the goal record in the championship in one season ever. 33 goals. It's just insane. 33. I cannot see him getting 33 goals and 10 assists in one season, especially considering Championship's a quite good season, and then flopping in the Premier League. I just cannot see it. I cannot see Ivan Toney not doing well in the Premier League this season. Yes, he has Arsenal as his first game, then has Crystal Palace. Yes, Villa as well was quite tough, but then Brighton and Wolves are two decent games. I think Ivan Toney is going to be in my team, especially for 6.5 million as well. It was very cheap. He's definitely going to be in mine. Tell me if he's going to be in yours. The next is Ashley Barnes, who has Brighton, Liverpool, Leeds, Everton and Arsenal as his first 5 games. So he's got quite hard games for the first 5, so to speak. But now the next player in the team is going to be Ashley Barnes. Now he's probably just going to be in there for the bench, or I could put someone there who's like 4.5 million. But if I'm going to be honest, I don't really see anything special in Ashley Barnes. He's probably just going to be sat on the bench, especially with his first 5 fixtures, which are quite hard, which are Brighton, Liverpool, Leeds, Everton and Arsenal. But obviously this is subject to change. Also, there's someone like Mateta, or someone like that, who could end up being in your team, I guess. We're looking through players for that price, 5.5 million. And I guess someone like Success could be decent. Norwich and Watford. Norwich have the hardest first 5 games out of anyone in the league. Could be Mate Vidra, but again, he's just not a great player, really. I'm going to have to look into this, maybe drop someone else in the midfield to get budget up. But Ashley Barnes, yeah. Calvert-Lewin, similarly to Digne, his first 5 games are incredible. I think he is going to be someone that should be in your team. Obviously, he's quite expensive, coming in at 8 million, but compared to someone like Harry Kane for 12.5, I think Calvert-Lewin's definitely someone you should consider having in your team, because good price. Obviously, last season his numbers were incredible. 16 goals and 6 assists in probably something like 38 matches. Around that, I don't remember him having an injury or anything, but definitely I think he should be someone you should consider. He was one of the top scorers in the whole league last season. He was like 6th or something like that. Might even been better than that. But yeah, he's going to be in my team. Now moving on to the bench, I've tried not to go for low budget players just because they're low budget, but I needed a 4 million keeper. Scrolled through, none other than the cycling GK Foster. He's not going to play for me. He's second choice Watford keeper. He's just in there just for the joke, you know. He has to be in there. He has to be there. But anyways, moving on to the first sub, we have Rafinha. Not too sure over his future, you know, whether he's going to end up staying at Leeds, going to Liverpool. You know, he's been highly rumoured with a move to Liverpool. But Leeds play Manchester United, then Everton, Burnley, Liverpool and Newcastle as their first 5, so quite tough games. But Rafinha, we know how good Rafinha is. 6 goals and 10 assists in, I don't even know if he played that many games. It's probably something about like 30, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty cheap as well. I think he's 6.5. Yeah, he is. You should definitely bring him in for 6.5. Next is Fofana, who I'm pretty sure is 4.5 million. I've got him in because he's just such a bargain. His first 5 games are Wolves, West Ham, Norwich, Man City and Brighton. They're not too bad, but I think for that price, Fofana should definitely be in your team. And similarly, last but not least, we have Tariq Lamptey, remember him from the start last season? He was amazing, then had an injury which pretty much put him out for the whole season, but I'm pretty sure he's back now. He plays Burnley and Watford as the first 2 games, then Everton, then Brentford, then Leicester. It's a Brighton right back who played in a right wing back position. Did he actually get any goals and assists last season? Yes, he didn't play that many games, but got 1 goal and 3 assists, 2 clean sheets. But I think Brighton with Lamptey are going to be a very good side. Lamptey for 4.5 million is a very big bargain, and you should definitely have him in your team. And captain decision, I'm going to go with Mo Salah. And vice, I don't know why it's on Buendia. It's probably going to go to Bruno Fernandes, but that is my team. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.